Hello friends, welcome back to my vlog. You are being warmly greeted by some visuals of my feet rolling on a lacrosse ball. I've had a few people recently ask me what I do for ankle mobility and the like, so the beginning of this video is the ankle mobility drills that I do just about every workout. So I roll my plantar fascia on a lacrosse ball pretty extensively and use the lacrosse ball as a block to stretch my calves. Then I usually take an empty bar and push my knees around until I can get enough dorsiflexion to sit there comfortably. I do it both knees at the same time just to get them moving, and then I use the weight of the bar on a single knee and really get aggressive pushing into dorsiflexion, which you'll see on the right foot here. There's quite a bit of range of motion. Once I get it warmed up, I try and get the foot pointed straight forward because that's where I'm the most limited through dorsiflexion. And afterwards I usually put on about 40 or 50 kilo, and then that really pushes you around. And as you can see there, I'm trying to have my feet pointed as forward as possible. What I'm doing there with my upper body is just testing the length of my lats, because I usually warm up my upper body after briefly. So I see how they're feeling, if there's any tightness in the posterior shoulder girdle, and I decide how much work I'm going to have to do there. And this day, I didn't have to do very much at all, which was exciting. Ended up being a good workout, too. Blue suit of power. So I stuck with low blocks again. I've decided I'm going to do maybe another 2 or 3 sessions with low blocks, and then 1 or 2 with high blocks, and then finish up my stay at the beautiful CrossFit altitude with some heavy-ass weights from the floor. See how all this block work's carried over. So because ankle mobility has been kind of poor recently, and my bottom position of the snatch hasn't felt great, especially because my knee hasn't been feeling very good, I did 2 snatches from low blocks plus an overhead squat with about a 5 to 7 second pause in the bottom. The goal is to sit down there completely still and motionless, just entirely relaxed. Pulling on my toes there, that's awesome. As you can see, I'm probably still bouncing around a little bit right there. Oh no, I'm still bouncing the whole time, so that's subpar. 85 here. I ended up taking this weight twice because I wasn't happy with this at all. The snatch was okay, but the overhead squat, you could see, lost it, and then I go back at it. So I did a second set just to make sure I was stable. It's tough. Like I'm bad at overhead squats. I can snatch well over what I can overhead squat. I never trained the overhead squat, and I didn't realize just how unstable I feel down there when I sit. Like it's a hard exercise. People who can overhead squat 300 pounds and whatnot, like this workout made me realize just how impressive that was. And there you go, shirts off, pulling onto my toes. That's cool. Yeah, right up onto the toe there. Like this was a tough exercise. Wasn't happy with that. Felt myself going to my toes, so I took 95 for a second ride here. Did a bit of a better job, even though if you notice there, I landed on my toes, which was a bit of a problem most of the day, and these videos are making me realize it's just a bit of a problem in general. I'll land on my toe, and then I will quickly get back onto my heel and recover it, but I think when I miss weights forward, it's either because I've jumped back too much, but I seem to have corrected that, or I've landed on my toes and the weight goes forward. I took 100 twice. I did an overhead squat with it in the first set, didn't take a video. It was just really tough, so I decided to cut the overhead squats. And then I was feeling good, so I just kept adding 3 kilos. Just decided to see what I could do. So the most I'd ever snatched, from the floor is 110 kilos. So 109 here. You can hear I'm pretty happy about it. It was a good lift. Moved pretty well, caught it pretty stable. Still off one of my toes, but you know what? It was pretty decent. And then I threw 112 on. Decided not to honor my PR of 110, just stuck with the 3 kilo jumps, which are enough that you don't really feel the weight increase substantially, so I seem to just be able to continue to do the same things technically. The weight doesn't feel any heavier as you move up, and yeah, I've been liking the 3 kilo jumps. That's Tesseract in the background, killer heavy metal band. It's Justin's heavy metal recommendation of the vlog. It's capital Tesserac, capital T. So I missed 112 twice. That time I just didn't get under fast enough. First time pulled it forward. Then I put an ear back on, got real fired up. That's me pinching my ears there. Inflict a bit of pain, get some adrenaline going. I do that fairly often.
Yeah, buddy.
And I got it. And I really wanted to slam that bar. So I had to take a couple steps forward. It's a weird thing I do. That was 113. If I miss a weight twice, I always add 1 kilo. Maybe it's because I have a very large ego, and the idea of missing a weight 2 times sucks, but the idea of missing it 3 times is just unfathomable. So I add a kilo, so if I miss it, new weight, and I can just use that as an excuse and, you know, not hate myself. Yeah, that's a mess. 110. These cleans from low blocks are so difficult. Funny enough, 120 for a double is my best clean double, even though my best clean is 147. So I really need to start catching up my doubles and triples to my 1 rep maxes, which is again a bit of a testament to my ego recently. I came off that powerlifting cycle feeling really strong, and all I've done is lift heavy things. Yeah. So after this low block, high block, max out cycle, I'm gonna get into an accumulation cycle, do lots of light practice. Still bending my arms a bit, but I'm getting the bar higher on my body, and I'm being more patient on the pull, which is encouraging. I traditionally initiate the second pull when the bar has barely crossed my knee. There you go, I got it pretty high at my body. Gave you a nice yodel on the way up, because I guess I'm Scandinavian, so why not? Forgot my belt there. So every weight after 120 here was a PR double. I bet you I could double 135 from the floor. Maybe even more. Once I stop bending my arms early and get more patient in the pull, which these blocks have helped with, I think I'll be cleaning above 150 into the high 150s pretty soon. Like that, you could see that I was almost completely upright before I initiated the second pull there, and it almost caught me off guard how high I got that bar. I was tired at this point. This is 131. I chose this weight because it was a 3 kilo jump conveniently, but this is what I doubled off blocks in the jerk recently. So I've kept my arms decently straight there. I didn't notice too much of an early arm bend. I mean, there's always going to be a minor one because it's a bad habit of mine that I'm working tirelessly to eliminate, but that was a pretty decent clean. This one I get pinned on my toes. There's a nice pause front squat at 290 for you. I was tired. That was about 3 hours into the workout, and then because I promised I was going to do more pulls, I did more pulls, and this set of pulls sucked. I haven't done a clean pull in, I want to say 6 months, and I'm not good at them. Like that, I barely got any height on. Didn't even really get much hip contact. The subsequent sets are a bit better. The first 2 reps on this video here are noticeably meh, but after that I managed to keep my arms a bit straight, where you saw they were bending quite early, and I get some good pop on the bar. But, you know, I suck at pulls, but I figure once I get pretty proficient at doing them, I might be a decent weightlifter. You know? Work on your weaknesses, increase your skill, lift bigger weights. Seems logical enough, so you should probably commit to doing that instead of just always slinging around the big tin, as the British would say. One British guy, Sonny Webster, good weightlifter. Anyways, until next time.